Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Pop Culture at Home with me, Anna Rumor, and Small Business Revolution stars Ty Pennington and Amanda Brinkman. Thank you for being here today.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you for having us.
So we just kicked off the 5th season of Small Business Revolution in Fredonia, New York. How did we land in this town? And tell me a little bit about your experiences there.
Well, each season we ask people to nominate their favorite small town, and Deluxe invests $500,000 in revitalizing the winning town's main street. So over the course of the 5 seasons of the shows, we've had over 30,000 towns nominated. Each year, millions of votes pour in, and this year, Fredonia, New York won. So we went to the town of Fredonia and began filming at the beginning of 2020. Each season, we revitalize the winning town's main street, and we do that through its small businesses. So we started the season and the year just like we do every season, and then the pandemic hit. And so the season ended up being a lot about how we help the small businesses not only survive this crisis, but truly thrive.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's quite the pivot mid-filming into pandemic. What was that like?
It was crazy. So we ended up shooting, like I said, the first few scenes of each episode the typical way, in person and with the business owners. And then we had to quickly pivot. So we shot a lot of the show from our basement over video chat. We rented out a large warehouse and used technology to our advantage to still be able to capture the show in a creative way. But what we love about it is even though we had to make different changes to the actual production of the show, the actual mission of the work and the connection that we make with the small businesses every season, that part didn't change. I mean, we love the show and we think the series is really great, but it's really about more than just making a show. It's about creating a movement to get more people to understand the importance of supporting their small businesses. And that mission couldn't be more important than it is this year as we see how disproportionately the crisis is affecting small businesses.
Yeah, I was going to say it's a bit prescient that you were actually filming when this hit. What kind of challenges were you seeing the small businesses adapt to, and how were you watching them adapt?
Yeah, everything from, we typically always work with the businesses on their marketing needs and their financial needs. Ty does a great job of helping them physically renovate their space. So Deluxe did the work we do every season and for millions of small businesses every day in helping them with their marketing and really communicating with customers. But we saw small businesses have their supply chains cut off. Certainly communication and having people come in, not being able to come into their place of work really affected the volume of their business. So each business is a different kind of business. We have everything from a floral shop to a pizzeria to an auto detailing shop featured this year. So each season or each episode and each business, we had to work with them a little bit differently on pivoting their actual business model. But it was the pressure on small businesses right now is really intense. And so we hope that people find creative ways to support their small business, specifically as we enter into the holiday season.
Yeah, well, and Ty, I feel like space has become such a valuable asset for small businesses right now that everyone has to be spaced out and there's so much more demand on the small areas that they have. How were you able to work with the small business owners to utilize that?
Well, what's interesting is there's a couple of spaces that really needed to be transformed. One, which was nice for the nice and clean auto detailing shop, there was another bay that wasn't being used, and so we were able to actually add unusable space. But a lot of times, not only on that particular episode, but also in the Fresh and Fancy Florist, we really did a huge transformation. Like we really, brought in all new concrete flooring, just a huge, transfigured the entire space. And to be honest with you, that really, we didn't add any square footage. We just reutilized what was there in most episodes. And I think that's what's so special about this show is that a lot of times people don't have the luxury of adding any more square feet. They just have to maximize what they have. And let's face it, with COVID, you may have the time to do it, but what was really important about this is talking with the experts and showing you, sometimes, especially in, let's say, a florist situation, you don't want to do the work in the back. You want the customers to be able to see it up front. And so I just love that we can all get a perspective of what's important depending on what business you have. And with the experts we had, it was really great to see that insight in like, this is how you should transform it. So it was fun because you really saw the positive aspects of the change.
What was it like working with the people of Fredonia? Because that to me is like the best part of watching.
Oh my God, they were amazing. I mean, Fredonia is such an awesome town, and to be able to kick it off with this huge gathering in the square and see the energy, then meet the business owners, see how charming they are, see how awesome the town really is, knowing that, you know, it is going through some struggles like all small businesses do on Main Street. But then to see it happen, like unfold literally in front of our eyes, that, you know, the pandemic hits, I'm just truly blown away that we were able to pull this thing off, not only film it, but then really give the businesses the transformation they needed. And then now seeing them succeed, like in the middle of a pandemic, it's like, it's wild, it's crazy, and it's passionate. It's awesome.
Yeah, that's a crazy experience. Amanda, what did you think about working with the people?
The people were incredible, and the small businesses just really displayed such perseverance and tenacity, which is part of what we love about entrepreneurs. I mean, let's face it, it's a very brave thing to start your own business. You know, the very success of the business relies on, you know, it's on your shoulders. And so we always want to applaud entrepreneurs and small business owners who are providing something unique to their communities and to especially their small towns, but even in large urban areas. You know, it is your small businesses that make our neighborhoods and our communities unique. And so for us, it was just such an honor to walk alongside these particular small businesses, share their story with the world. And hopefully, you know, as small businesses and entrepreneurs watch the show, they'll learn some things from the program that they can apply to their own business. We just want to see as many small businesses as possible survive this crisis.
Yeah, well, and you mentioned the holidays are coming up. We know shopping small is really important right now, but can you tell people who maybe haven't thought too much about switching up their shopping habits as we're heading into such a big season?
Yeah, well, let's face it, the holidays is the one season that keeps some of these small businesses afloat for the rest of the year. So, I mean, we want everybody to do what they can to support local businesses in their in their community, in their neighborhoods. And one thing you can also do is go to smallbusinessrevolution.org and sign up to win a gift card from Deluxe that can be used in any small business, in any community, in any neighborhood where you live. And let's face it, this is the holiday season, and nobody could use a little giving more than small businesses.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and what can people do to support their favorite small business on the other side of this, other than shopping there? Is there something that people can do other than just putting their dollars into their community?
Yeah, we always encourage people. I mean, right now, it's a great time to be buying gift cards for small businesses. It's a great way to invest and infuse revenue into the business right now as they go into this busy season. So great ideas for gifts for other people to buy gift cards. If you have a favorite restaurant, see if they're doing delivery or curbside. Just try and find creative ways to support them. Use your social media to talk about your favorite small businesses. Do as much of your Christmas shopping as you can locally. And, you know, it's really about recognizing that when you support a small business, you're not just supporting a business, you're supporting a family, and you're supporting a business that gives back to their community in really disproportionate ways. So there's a lot of power in our dollars and how we spend them. And so we encourage everyone to try and shop local, especially this holiday season, and help those small businesses get to the other side of this.
And was there anything surprising about this town and this transformation, something that you haven't seen in the other 4 seasons?
We've never seen a global pandemic.
Well, yeah, that's big. That'll be big, yeah. Anything about the town, though? Or?
No, I mean, what we love about these communities and the towns that are always kind of part of the top 20 and the top 10 and the top 5 is that we always recognize that there is some sort of momentum already underway within that community. And by bringing the Small Business Revolution program to their town, we see that just add fuel to the fire and kind of help that town get to that next stage. And so we saw that alive and well in Fredonia. And they really, recognize not just the the gift that it is to win something like this, but they really recognize the opportunity within it to really double down on supporting their small businesses and encouraging people to continue to patron those local businesses. So, but yeah, other than the global pandemic
You're right.
changing all of the business models of the businesses that we were working with, it was a fun challenge from a marketing and operational perspective for sure.
Yeah. Well, and where can we watch this all unfold if this is someone's first time tuning into Small Business Revolution?
Well, you can catch all 5 seasons of the Small Business Revolution on Hulu or Amazon Prime Video, or it streams online at smallbusinessrevolution.org, SBR.org.
So many options. There's no excuse, guys. You got to tune in. You got to watch this. Well, Ty, Amanda, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us today. We really appreciate it. We can't wait to see the transformation of the town. And for you guys at home, don't forget to tune into Small Business Revolution. We've got Hulu, we've got Amazon Prime, and we've got smallbusinessrevolution.org. And stay with us here on Pop Culture at Home for more of your favorite stars.